channel. So in today's video, we are going to do another dog related video. I love dogs. I have always loved dogs ever since I was very, very little, and I recently worked in the animal industry for about 4 years, and I really wanted to make this kind of video. So if you are like me and you like dogs and you like talking about dogs, then this is going to be a really fun video. A lot of you probably won't care, but I really wanted to make this because I really want to hear what your guys' experiences are if you own any of these breeds. So as you can tell by the title, today we are going to talk about some of the dog breeds that I would love to own that I never thought I would love to own, okay? So growing up, I always loved dogs, right? But there were always some breeds that I never really even considered ever owning. And then once I got into the animal industry and I started working with all of these different types of dog breeds, I just absolutely fell in love with them. And I really just want to talk about some of the dog breeds that I would honestly love to own because I fell in love with them, like their personalities, the way they look, like just everything. So if you guys would like to hear about some of the dog breeds that I would love to own, then let's go ahead and get into it. Now, if you're someone who knows me, you know that Chihuahuas and Golden Retrievers will always hold the #1 spot in my heart. I will always have a Chihuahua in my life. Chihuahuas are my all-time favorite dog breed. Golden Retrievers coming in at number 2. So those will always be like the top 2 breeds that will have my heart. But one of the first ones I want to talk about, and this is probably going to be very shocking, is I would love to own a Great Dane. So Great Danes, I'm sure many of you know, are one of the largest dog breeds. They are absolutely massive. They are literal like horses, okay? They're huge, but they are some of the kindest, most gentle souls that I have ever come across. Every single Great Dane I have ever met has been nothing but sweet and adorable, and Great Danes, I love them so much. And I would actually love to own one someday. I think it would be such a cool experience. It's kind of funny because Great Danes were originally bred to be guard dogs. Like they were bred to be, you know, these big tough guard dogs. But once they realized that they're nothing but big giant babies and cuddle bugs, they just bred them to be domesticated pets, and that's what they are to this day. I just love how they look so intimidating, but they are just so freaking sweet, and I think they are just absolutely beautiful dogs. The only downside to Great Danes is they do suffer from a heart condition, and they really only live about 7 to 10 years. They have a very short lifespan, which is very sad, but honestly, I think that's what makes them even more sweet, is because they're only here for such a short amount of time, like shorter than other breeds. I just think that's why they're extra sweet. But every time I see a Great Dane, I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I would love it. I don't know how that would work with me though, because Great Danes are taller and weigh a lot more than I do, but I don't know. I love Great Danes, and I never, ever in a million years thought that I would want a Great Dane. Another breed that I have been around before, and I was around a lot when I was working in the animal industry, and I love these dogs so much. Every time I see one, I get like teary-eyed because I love them. And that is the English Springer Spaniel. I remember when I was grooming, they were one of my all-time favorite breeds to groom. They're just so cute. They're so sweet. They look at you with like these big puppy dog eyes, and I love their hair. I love their ears. I love the way that they look. They're like the perfect size. They're not too big. They're not too small. They're like that perfect medium-sized dog. I have such a love for English Springer Spaniels that every time I see them, I'm just like, oh, I want one so bad. And kind of a fun fact about English Springer Spaniels is that English Springer Spaniels and Cocker Spaniels used to be considered the same breed. So when they were born, they would separate the smaller ones from the bigger ones, but they were actually known as the same breed. Isn't that crazy? And then it was around like a really long time ago, I think a really long time ago, I can't remember the dates, but they actually finally decided to separate the breeds. So English Springer Spaniel became its own separate breed from Cocker Spaniels. I just think that's like a really fun fact. And if I had to get one, I would want a liver and white, and I would want a female. For the Great Dane, I would want a male. And I don't care what color, but I would want a male Great Dane. The third breed that I would love to own, and this is a breed that honestly kind of shocked me, and like, I don't know, but I feel there's like something in my heart that's like holding out for this breed, and that is a Bernese Mountain Dog. Okay, I always thought they were beautiful dogs. I always knew like what the dog was, but once I started working with them and being around them, I obsessed. And okay, this is gonna sound really weird, but like when I think of a Bernese Mountain Dog and like being around them, they remind me so much of my boyfriend. And I know that sounds really freaking weird, but like my boyfriend has a very like calm, laid back, he's very gentle, loyal, and kind. And every Bernese Mountain Dog that I have ever met is exactly that same way. So every time I see a Bernese Mountain Dog, I think of my boyfriend, and I like so badly want to get my boyfriend a Bernese Mountain Dog because I just feel like that would be such a match made in heaven. They are so beautiful. They do have quite a bit of hair, so that's one thing that would be probably a little overwhelming, and they're also a large breed. But honestly, like, I don't even care. Like, there is just something about the Bernese Mountain Dog that I love, and it just makes me think of my boyfriend. And I could see my boyfriend with the Bernese Mountain Dog, and I just think that would be such like a match made in heaven. I hope that like makes sense, but there's just that connection there. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, one thing about the Bernese Mountain Dog, and this is a fact, is that they have one of the shortest life expectancies of any other breed, usually about 6 to 8 years. I don't think I've ever seen one over 9 years old, so they really do not live that long, and I really don't know why that is, but again, I think that goes along with like the Great Dane, is they have such, you know, gentle and loyal personalities, and they're so affectionate that they have even more so of those traits because they're not here as long as any other breed. So I think that's why they're like extra sweet, but that is one downside to the Bernese Mountain Dog, and I don't know, I just love them so much, and if I were to get one, I would want a female. The next breed that I have on my list, and this is also kind of falls into the Spaniel group, but that is a King Charles Cavalier Spaniel. Oh my good lordy gracious, those little faces melt my damn heart like you would not believe. I love those dogs. They're so cute. They're like a really small size little spaniel. They have like those cute little faces. They're just so incredibly precious, and every single one I've ever met, they're just so sweet. They're so darling, and I love their temperament. They have great attitudes. They're so playful. They're so happy, and I don't know. I would love one any color. I don't care, boy or girl. I love them. But again, they do suffer from a heart condition, and I believe it was actually in the UK, they actually banned all breeding of King Charles Cavalier Spaniels due to that heart condition because they were dying so young. Or I believe it was Norway that banned the breeding because of the heart conditions. It is a hereditary genetic thing, so there really isn't anything they can do for it. And the last one on my list, and this one, it's like shocking, but it's also not shocking because like I love short-haired, floppy-eared dogs. That's always been like my favorite. It's always what I've been drawn to. Like, and I think that kind of stems from my first dog, Jackal, who, oh my gosh, rest in peace. He passed away in January. But he had a short coat. He had cute floppy ears. So I think like every time I see a dog that is similar to that, my heart melts. But that is a beagle. Oh my goodness, those little nose sniffing, howling, cute little dogs. Oh my gosh. I actually used to have a neighbor who had a beagle, and I loved that dog so much. I was like really young, but I would always ask if I could pet their dog. So I've been around beagles quite a bit, and I've also like groomed a couple of them, and I've, been around a few of them when I was working in the animal industry, and I love beagles. I do. I think they would be super fun to own, even though like I'm sure owning a beagle would definitely put me through the ringer mentally because because they are hunting dogs and they are definitely nose driven, you know, so like you really kind of have to be on top of their training and things like that. So I think out of all the dogs I listed, I feel like a beagle would be one of the hardest to train, because once they get a scent in their nose, they are gone and they are focused on nothing else but their nose. Like, they love to smell, they love to explore, but I just think they are just such beautiful, intelligent, smart dogs, and I think it would be really fun to have a beagle. I love them. I think they're super cool. And they're also that perfect size of, like, you know, in between, not super small, but not super big. They're like that perfect medium-sized dog. I freaking melt when I see beagles. I think they just have the cutest faces, and I just always want to squish them. They're so cute. And again, I wouldn't mind either a boy or a girl. Probably a boy. I really do like boy dogs, but there are some breeds where I would want a female just based off personal experience, but yeah, I don't know, probably a boy. I would want a boy beagle. Then just a couple of honorable mentions. These dogs I also really love, but I'm kind of undecided if I would ever want to own one. But I mean, let's be honest, I probably would want to own one. And that first one would be a Chinese crested. Those cute little hairless dogs with the little hairs on their head and on their feet and on their tail. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I am very attached to dogs that look weird. Like, the uglier, the older, and the weirder they look, oh, I love them and I want them all. Like, and I don't know, Chinese crested, I think my love for them all started way back when that movie Cats and Dogs came out. Do you guys remember that movie with like the little Chinese crested one who lived in like the dumpster and he was like the computer dog? Like, that's when I first like came to know what a Chinese crested was, and I've just loved them ever since. I just think they're super fun looking, they're super funny looking, and I don't know, I would, sure, why not? Like, if one ever came my way and they'd be like, hey, this thing needs a home, I'd be like, bring her in. Bring her in. They're super fun. I love them. And the other honorable mention is a Nova Scotia duck tolling retriever. And the reason why is because they are like a golden retriever, but they're a little bit smaller and they're a little bit more unique looking. Like, they're just so beautiful to me, and I don't know, when I look at them and when I'm around them, I just get a very like loyal vibe from them, and I don't know, I think they're great dogs, and I think they would be like a great family pet. And their faces, oh my gosh, they have some of the cutest faces I've ever seen on a dog. Like, there's just something about their cute little nose and their little tiny eyes, just, oh, and just surrounded by that beautiful hair. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. All right, guys, and those are all of the dog breeds that I would love to own that are also very surprising. Surprising dog breeds that I would love to own. There we go. That's the title. I just thought this would be like a super fun video just to kind of like talk about dogs, because I love dogs, and get your guys' thoughts. If you've ever owned any of these breeds, I would love to know your experience with them. And I don't know, I just thought this was like a fun little video to upload on my channel just to kind of break it up a little bit. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Share all of your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below in the comment section. Make sure you thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, turn on all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos from me. But as for the rest of you, I love you guys so much. I'm gonna go look at more pictures of dogs, and I will see you very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye! Mwah.